A life in music between classical and jazz. The clarinetist Andy Miles. An exceptional artist on the international music scene.
When I hear Andy's name, I think of a musician who possesses an incredible degree of musicality and musical intelligence. Technical difficulties do not exist for him.
Andy Miles studied at the music conservatories in Bremen and Hanover, lastly with Professor Helmut Palucek. At 26, he became solo clarinetist in the Hamburg Philharmonic. In 1992, he accepted the solo clarinet position in the WDR Rundfunkorchester, Cologne.
When we perform Mozart, as we did in Dresden, he has a Mozart sound. When we perform the Weber Clarinet Concerto, he has a Weber sound.
Es ist Weberklang.
He is an unusual musician who will not allow himself to be pigeonholed as a performer. He walks the line between musical worlds and is a fascinating musical personality.
Andy Miles is an extremely versatile musician. The important things to me are his great professionalism and his ability to be perfect in a wide range of styles.
Verschiedene Stilistik richtig zu sein.
Rolf Kuhn, one of the most famous jazz clarinetists ever, says of his friend Andy Miles, "I hardly know anyone else in Europe who masters the crossover between clarinet styles as well as Andy Miles."
Ist selbst sehr begabter Mann.
He is a very gifted person with highly interesting ideas about musical character and phrasing. And he doesn't just imagine them, he makes them reality.
Sondern auch Realisation.
With Bernstein's Prelude, Fugue, and Riffs, Andy Miles demonstrates his expressive diversity from classical to jazz sounds with rhythmic, silky smooth, or almost rock phrasing.
I have known Andy Miles for many years. As a musician, I hold him in very high esteem. He is the personification of the musician who can mediate between genres.
Bestens vermitteln kann.
The exceptionally beautiful tone, which he coaxes with an almost playful ease from his instrument, constantly reveals his intense musicality.
Wenn man jemals Andy Miles gehört hat, mit Piazzolla zum Beispiel.
If you've ever heard Andy Miles playing Piazzolla Oblivion or Nightclub 1960, for example, then you know the spectrum of expressive sounds and phrasing he can offer an audience with his clarinet.
Phrasierung wirklich dem Publikum zu bieten hat.
Was ist sehr interessant bei ihm? Es ist
The interesting thing about him is his musical freedom, which certainly comes from his work in jazz.
das hat er bestimmt in seiner Jazzarbeit bekommen.
The press's judgment of an outdoor concert with the Duisburg Philharmonic. He swept the audience away with his first-class musicianship. Nothing seems to be difficult for this musician.
Wenn die von mir für ihn geschriebene Rumba-Rhapsodie Mandragora.
When he plays the rumba rhapsody Mandragora, which I composed for him, he manages to make time stand still with his clarinet.
In Sekunden die Zeit anzuhalten.
Andy Miles works with many international musicians, composers, conductors, and orchestras, including Michael Jurowski, Jonathan Darlington, Oliver von Dochniani, the Orin Quartet, the Westdeutsche Rundfunkorchester, the Landestheater Schleswig-Holstein, the Deutsche Oper am Rhein, the St. Petersburg Chamber Orchestra, and many others.
I believe we need musicians of his type, those who can mediate between genres. He can apply his immense versatility to any style of music, as if it were the most natural thing in the world.
Selbstverständlichkeit.
Miles feels an obligation both to the great traditions of classical music and the widely branching history of jazz.
Hat Ausstrahlung, hat Virtuosität.
Andy Miles especially loves Artie Shaw's virtuoso and rhythmic clarinet concerto, which leaves the performer plenty of room for improvisation. Vehemence and sensitivity, prodigious technique and imagination, an unmistakable sense of dynamics and cultivated tone color, exceptional inspiration and playing ability, above and beyond any categorization, he has made a name for himself in the international musical world.